If we are to retain the trophy we won last season, the FA Cup, we have a couple of tough matches in front of us. First of all, we got to get over the obstacle of the fourth round replay, and then we will have to face Manchester City in the fifth round. And we'll also welcome Burnley to the London Stadium in the Premier League. Hello, and it's a very warm welcome to episode 40 of Irons in the Fire as we try and make West Ham good and great again. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have games for you. As mentioned, first up, the FA Cup fourth round replay against Blackburn at Ewood Park, and then we welcome to the London Stadium Burnley. And they're staunch rivals up in Lancashire, just a little way along the M65, between about no more than about 9 or 10 miles. So match day 25 in the Premier League against Burnley, as we try and keep up with Manchester City at the top of the table, waiting for them to stutter, which we hope they will do at some point or other, but there's no sign of it yet. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, and of course leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the series so far. Let me know what you'd like to see me do in the future, etc, etc. And also, if you want to keep up to date with all that goes on, because we don't just do these videos, we do some how-tos videos, some more coming up very soon, I promise. Then the best way of keeping up to date is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffside2. Right, since you were last with us, we haven't actually played any games, I don't think. Let's go and have a look at the schedule. No, Sturm Graz and Chelsea in the last episode, a 4-1 win against Sturm Graz, and a 3-0 comprehensive win against Chelsea in that one. Souček, Samadic and Soufal, of course, the scorers on that, which leads us to today's FA Cup fourth round replay at Ewood Park against Blackburn. Last time we played them, of course, it was a 2-2 draw. Just to recap on that game, as you will remember, Tyrese Dolan getting them the lead after 14 minutes. Pablo Fornells equalising after 36. We took the lead through Tammy Abraham on 58, but just some 8 minutes later, Tyrese Dolan doing the damage again. It's a player that we need to keep an eye on. But when you look at the stats, 22 shots, 10 of which were on target, we should have beaten them and been in the fifth round without having to go through this ignominy of a replay. But it is what it is, and I suppose that's the beauty and the character of the FA Cup. It can produce these little anomalies, and Blackburn aren't to be sneezed at, I guess, and that's where we need to go. And remembering that if we do get past them today, then it will come down to a game against the mighty Manchester City in the fifth round as we head down towards the end of the competition. Recap on those fifth round ties, of course, West Brom and Fulham, the other game that needed to be replayed, and whoever wins that one will play Arsenal. So still a couple of three champions. Blackburn, obviously a championship side. West Brom and Fulham, both championship sides. Bristol City still in there, playing Norwich today. Well, not today, but we'll play Norwich in the fifth round. Ipswich Town playing Wolves, and then we've got Swansea and Coventry also of the championship in there. So a few championship sides, but that's about as low in the leagues as we go right now. Right, well, I don't think there's a great deal else to tell you. We think in the last episode we brought you up to date with all the transfers. Nothing else has happened on the transfer front. We're still waiting for Wagenerman to come back to fitness to see him for the first time. Because Upamecano making an appearance in the Chelsea game, coming on as substitute. Will he get a start today? Let's go and find out. And here is the team that will face Blackburn in this Emirates FA Cup fourth round replay. Mazulia is in goal, and I never know whether to put. He's better as a sweeper keeper. Right, we'll leave him as a sweeper keeper then. So Mazulia is in goal, obviously still in because of the injured Alphonse Areola, and I'm not sure how far off he is. 3 weeks, so he's still a little way away. Parisi, Friedel, mind you, Mazulia has been doing quite well in goal, I have to say. Parisi, Friedel, Upamecano makes his first start for us. Mavropanos is out on that right. He can't play a lot of games when it comes to the Premier League and the Champions League because we thought he was going to go, and I've already said, made a bit of a mess up there. Thought somebody was going to step in and buy him at the end of the transfer window. So he gets a start today on the right. Paqueta, Shalaga and Cahera are in midfield. Samadic sits behind Kudos and Abraham up front. It's Trott, Todibo, Kamara, Watkins, Emerson, Fernells, Mumbama, Chesters and Orford on the bench. And here we are at Ewood Park. Blackburn have a poor form, playing a 4-3-3 today. Not won in the last 5. We've won 3 of our last 5, drawn the other 2. First highlight comes 4 minutes in, and it's a free kick to Blackburn, but it's safely dealt with. Back there, Cahera comes forward. Cahera passed that forward, but nobody there. Expecting the run of somebody, but it didn't happen. And they come away again, but this time it's fired long. Mavropanos on that wing. Upamecano inside him. Upamecano finds Friedel. Cahera comes forward. He's got Paqueta inside him. Paqueta back to Parisi. Xavier, and Xavier was put off there. But again, just putting that ball forward. Friedel, Xavier through to Parisi. Now this is looking promising. Parisi gets into a position. Kudos turns, and that was a fantastic. Did you see him turn on it? 6th goal of the season, and on 6 minutes we go 1 up. We'll see it from behind. I will pause it just as we watch Kudos do another ball here. Right, Kudos has just picked up the ball. He's turned, he's curled it in past the goalkeeper off the post. Blackburn goalkeeper, that one forward. Carrera heads that down to Tammy Abraham. It's gone out to Mavropanos. Mavropanos cuts inside. Samadic. Samadic now crossing in. And Kudos is waiting in the middle. Goalkeeper missed it. And it was a goalkeeping mistake. And, well, he's 7th of the season. Kudos. And he's 2nd of the game. We'll see it again from this way. Samadic released. Crosses it in. Goalkeeper should have had that. But Kudos was lurking behind him. Frey with the throw-in, and early exchanges should have just been how we did in the first game at the London Stadium. Didn't do it, of course. Very poor. Paqueta, who run across there to defend that, won that ball. Kudos into Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham's around the goalkeeper, puts it away. His 4th of the season. Question of offside. It is offside. No VAR here, of course, because you're a championship ground. I really don't know. Put it through the legs of the goalkeeper. And no more highlights in this first half. It has come to an end. 2-0 lead at half-time then. Kudos scoring both on 6 minutes and 11 minutes. Tammy Abraham denied his goal. I seriously think that was possibly a goal. We'll need to check it out. We might check it out in a second. I don't normally do that. 11 shots, 6 on target, 1.81, 54% of the possession. Let's have a little look at this then and see if we can spot what went on here. Throw in to Blackburn, of course. Pickering goes back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper passes it out. Paqueta, we see, runs across to wins this ball off of Rankin Costello. Right, here we go. Where is Tammy Abraham? He's in the middle there. Watch him as this ball's cut inside of Kudos. Now, Kudos, oh, it's very... Yeah, I think he's probably right. It's not much in it, but he is just fractionally, when that ball's played, he's probably very marginally. Okay, we'll give him the benefit. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. It's probably a fair do then. But as I said, we do have the benefit of the game. 11 shots, 6 on target, 1.81. They have 3 shots, 1 on target, 0.24. And we have a slightly better of the possession. Let's hope for similar in the second half. And 49 minutes on the clock. Ball forward to Samadic from Parisi. Parisi loses that ball in the tackle. And we're going to have to be careful here. But Kudos wins that ball. Kudos is all over it today. And he's had that save, but he puts it away. Second attempt. He's got a hat-trick on 50 minutes. And, well, 3-0 on 50 minutes. Kudos winning that ball. He tried to chip the goalkeeper. It come back off the woodwork and then just steadied himself and put it away. 3-0. Wolstead for Blackburn. 61 on the clock now. Bouncing around. This goes out to Dolan. Danger man. He caused us problems last time out. That's crossed in. Gallagher, but it's straight into the arms of Mazulia. Parisi, it's rolled out. Highlight continues. Parisi comes bombing down that wing. He's gone round his man, but he's lost it. It's into the area, but Upper Meccano, as we're starting to see his quality. Kehra, lovely ball. Kehra's on his own, but he couldn't direct it. Parisi on that far side with a throw in. 66 on the clock. And we've lost that ball again. Been unlucky in some of those, but that's a poor ball. Mavropanos is on it. He's trying to shoot that in, and it's come off the defender. But Dolan not doing anything. Carrera keeping a watch on him, covering for Mavropanos. Freed out. Paqueta. Xavier. Freed out. Has Parisi out there. Paqueta. Kudos looking for Tammy Abraham. Brings it down. Lovely. Tammy Abraham puts it away. This time it counts. And, well, 4-0 on 68 minutes. And we, I think, can be pretty sure that we are in the 5th round. At the moment, we are beating them comprehensive. Something we couldn't do at the London Stadium. And with 69 minutes on the clock, we're going to make one change. Thilo Carrera, who's getting tired. He's had a good game. We've taken him off and brought on Daniel Chesters. Mavropanos with a... Oh, it's Friedel. Sorry, not Mavropanos. Friedel throws it in. And it's defended well, but only as far as Parisi, who's on this wing for some reason or other. Parisi into the area. And I'm not quite sure what happened there. A penalty, I think. Oh, no, it's a corner. It's a corner. It looked like the referee was pointing for a penalty. I was thinking, what's he doing? Samadic with an outswinger. Swings it out. It's cleared. Down. Friedel tries to get a shot away, but it's defended well. Blocked out. Parisi. Poor ball by Parisi, but Paqueta goes out wide. Trying to create something. Parisi is in support. Parisi. Chesters. Oh, he's come back off the woodwork. And with nearly 80 minutes on the clock, we're going to make 3 changes at this juncture in time. Samadic, who's had a fantastic game. Tiring, though. We've brought on Dashi Kamada for him in that position. And then at the back here, we've taken off Marco Friedel and replaced him with Jean-Claire Todibo. And our final change for now is Lucas Paqueta is off. And we have brought on Lewis Orford. That's who we've brought on. The only thing I might do is swap Shalanga over for Orford and just change their position slightly. But they are our changes for now. Mazzuglia with a free kick. 87 minutes on the clock. Parisi comes forward. Parisi down that wing. And Parisi's round his man. Crosses it deep. Looking for Orford. Orford straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper sends that forward. But Mavropanos was going to get under that. You could see the determination on him. Abraham. Who was that? That was Kamada who passed that back. They've made a number of changes. We'll have a look at those in a minute. Mavropanos trying to get that through to Kamada, but this is a poor ball. Tammy Abraham, he's come off the woodwork. It's gone out for a throw. See it again. Mavropanos tried to get it through, and Dolan's having a poor day. Passing that back, it was never going back to the goalkeeper, and Tammy Abraham should have put that away. And with 88 minutes on the clock, making our final change, Fabiano Parisi. He's had a good game on that left side today. He's been replaced by Emerson. Blackburn with a free kick, looking for a consolation here. It's got away though. And Emerson, who was forward, not really doing a great deal with that. I would have expected him to have had a bit of tight control on it. And Abraham tracking all the way back to that side there. It's Mazzuglia catching it in defence. We are in the 95th minute. 6 minutes of added time. Roll out to Emerson. Emerson now to Todibo. Todibo to Xavier. Chesters. There's a poor ball from Chesters. And Xavier out there. And Blackburn looking for a consolation. And they've got it. Jacques Vale, his second goal of the season. And they make it 4-1 on 95 minutes. Nothing more than a consolation. I wouldn't expect them to get back from there, but really should have prevented that. Question of whether he was offside or not. I think he might have just been kept onside by Mavropanos. But it is all over, and we have beaten them through to the fifth round against Manchester City. We'll see where that's coming up in due course. But, well, this is how it's turned out. 23 shots, 12 on target, 3.55 on the XG, 53% of the possession. They had a good second half. They've had 12 shots, 8 of which were on target. I think they had 1 in the first half, 1.41 and 47% of the possession. Well, at least we're through to the fifth round. Kudos getting a hat-trick, and Tammy Abraham all adding to that before a consolation goal from Jack Vale. And confirmation of that win, a 4-1 win against Blackburn. And, well, that leaves the fifth round looking a little bit different now. I'm not sure if we can do it from this screen. Let's go back this way. We can from here. The fifth round revised, fifth round draw then. West Ham at home to Manchester City. We will see that game. West Brom's still got to play Fulham to see who plays Arsenal. That's coming up tomorrow, so we'll update you with that in due course. But the schedule now looks like this. So Burnley in our next episode, then we're going to play Nottingham Forest and Norwich offline. Going to come back for a one-game episode. The Carabao Cup final against Manchester United. And then we'll have a fifth round cup tie against Manchester City and a Premier League game against Everton before we go into the Champions League round of 16. That's coming up in future episodes. Right, we have 4 days down to the game against Burnley. I'll be back with an update just before the game. Well, before we have a quick roundup, before the game is played against Burnley, we thought we'd just have a quick update on the table. I'm not sure we did it at the top of the episode. Manchester City are top as it stands on 62 points. They are 7 points clear of Arsenal in second on 55. Then come Manchester United, third on 50. We are some 13 points adrift in fourth on 49 points. Same amount of points as Aston Villa. We're just there on goal difference at the minute. And they are on a very similar form at the moment. Aston Villa as well. Won 4 of their last 5. Lost the other one. We've won 3, lost 1, drawn 1. Yeah, that's how it is. So Aston Villa in 5th. Liverpool are in 6th. Not going too badly at the moment. They are on 47. Nottingham Forest are... Well, they've lost 5 straight games and slipping down the table. They're in 7th on 37 points, just outside the European places. Brentford on 36. Then come Leeds on 35. And then in the drop zone, Burnley, our opponents here. Wolves and Brighton. Brighton some 12 points adrift of Bournemouth in 17th place. Burnley not cut adrift yet, so they'll be looking for a result. They've lost 3, won 2 of their last 5. Their form's not too bad at all. Well, apart from the 3 losses, of course, but at least they've had some wins in amongst that lot. So that's how the story of the table goes. I don't think there's a great deal else to tell you other than we meet Burnley, and so far this series we've played them 3 times. We beat them at the London Stadium, and the last 2 times we've played them at Turf Moor, beat them 1-0 last season in the Premier League. We drew 1-1 with them earlier in the season. I'm hoping that we don't end up with a draw in this one. And here is the team that faces Burnley in this Premier League match day 25. As it is, Mazulia continues in goal. Emerson, Upamecano, Todibo, and Soufal in that back line. I just need to check. I think they are... Oh no, ball-playing defender. He's okay as a ball-playing defender. I've got a feeling Upamecano's better as a ball-playing defender as well. He is. So we'll set him as a ball-playing defender. Souček, Ward-Prowse and Zuma are our midfield. Kudos, who scored a hat-trick in the last game. He resumes his position behind Bowen and Watkins up front. Trott, Friedel, Kahera, Kamada, Samadic, Shalanga, Paqueta, Parisi and Abraham are on the bench. Abraham picking up a knock in training. So he's unlikely to get game time today, albeit he could play 60 minutes, I think it is. But we probably best not run him out unless we're absolutely desperate to do so. The other thing to mention is coming back from injuries, back in full training. So we may see him very soon. Wagnerman, who is fit. He could play 45 minutes, but I don't think we'll endanger him today. And just hope we get sight of him very, very soon now. Right, without any more to do, let's get on with the game. And here we are back at the London Stadium. Won 4 of our last 5, drawn the other one. Whilst Burnley have lost 3 of their last 5, won the other 2. They are playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder today. We are 4th on 49 points. Burnley 18th on 23 points. Minutes on the clock. We have a free kick. Not quite sure who's standing over it. Ward-Prowse is standing over it. And he's had a shot straight to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper saves it. Soufal with a throw in. A long throw to Zuma. Back out to Soufal. Soufal crosses it into the box. And Jarrod Bowen puts his 18th goal of the season away. And on 24 minutes, we go 1-up against Burnley. A long throw in. Zuma back out to Soufal. Soufal cross it into the area. Jarrod Bowen's first to it and passes Trafford. No more highlights in this first half. Been very thin on the ground of highlights. In fact, I think pretty much that Jarrod Bowen one was one of only possibly 2. But a goal it is and a lead. We have 11 shots, 8 on target. 1.24 on the XG, 68% of the possession. They've had no shots, nothing on target, and 32% of the possession. A dominant performance so far, but only a 1-goal lead to show for it. And we have a corner, short one at that. Ward-Prowse to take it. 50 minutes on the clock. It's to Bowen. Bowen to Ward-Prowse. Kudos. Back to Bowen. Bowen into the area. The goalkeeper makes a save. But it's Todibo with a shot, not a headed goal, from the edge of the area. And 2-0 on 52 minutes. We'll check in a minute. Ward-Prowse and Bowen working together well here. Bowen comes inside, takes it. Good save by Trafford. Takes it off as it's coming across here. The likes of Watkins maybe have snuck into it, but it's come away. And Todibo, through a crowd of players, fires it back. And it's on 51 minutes. Free kick, Ward-Prowse swings this one in. Ooh, just over the top. And I can't remember who that was from, but... And with 67 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes, we've taken off Ollie Watkins from up front. Moved Kudos forward again. Played so well there against Blackburn. Kamada coming on in place of Ollie Watkins. And we've also taken off Kurt Zuma from midfield and brought on Shalanga. And with 81 minutes on the clock, making a couple more changes. Soufal, who's had a great game. He's tired. We've moved Emerson over to the right because he can play on the right. Apparently, little did we know. And Parisi comes on for Soufal. The other change that we have made is Thomas Souček, also tiring, hasn't had a bad game. Shalaga goes over to the left, and Carrera comes on for Souček. A bit thin on the ground for highlights in this game, but never mind. We've still won it 2-0. 21 shots, 12 on target, 2.19. And 67% of the possession. They had 2 shots, nothing on target, 0.10 and 33% of the possession. As expected, really. I'd have been disappointed if it wasn't anything else. And so here we are with the results, the rest of the results for today. And you'll see over on the right-hand side here, by virtue of the fact that Manchester United lost to Leicester by 1-0. We do move up into 3rd place. And we're just 3 points behind Arsenal and some 13 points behind Manchester City. Manchester City, who again won today 5-0. I mean, what can you do about that? I mean, there is nothing. It's that man Haaland again. Look, a hat trick. Yeah, they've just won they've won the Premier League. We just need to try and get around them in the FA Cup. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do it, to be fair, but there you go. Tottenham joined 1-1 with Aston Villa. So Aston Villa lose a bit of ground. They were tucked behind us, 2 points adrift of us now. Leeds United beating Everton. Liverpool beating Chelsea by 2-0. So they move up a little bit. Bournemouth beating Brighton. So Brighton at the bottom of the table, struggling now. 12 points adrift at the bottom. Then come Wolves and Burnley. Burnley still in touching distance of Norwich at the bottom there, albeit Norwich do have a game in hand as I see it. So maybe a 4-point gap between Burnley and Everton if Norwich move up out of there. So that's, they will all be playing tomorrow against Brentford. So quite a tight that one. So finish the episode in 3rd, and we want to keep going if we can. We've got 2 games coming up, Nottingham Forest and Norwich in our next 2 matches. And then we are coming back for a 1-game episode. It's the Carabao Cup final at Wembley against Manchester United. Beat them last season in the FA Cup final. Can we beat them in the Carabao Cup this season? Well, join me for the next episode and we'll find out together, won't we? Yeah, don't miss that if you can help it. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of this series, Irons in the Fire, and our other series, Bottom to the Top, as they are released. And of course you can leave a comment as well and be much appreciated. New episodes, Irons in the Fire, released every Monday and Thursday, currently at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffside2. Hope to see you for the next episode, and thank you for watching. Until then, have a good week. See you for the next one. Bye-bye.